So what is it that we are going to try to do in this particular session? We are basically going to create something called an ADTE01 sender. About this document. This is a sample specification document for OpenEMR to send a 28 patient registration messages when a new patient gets created. This is going to be the reference document for us to create the actual patient registration sender. Whenever you create a patient, it is stored in a table called as patient data, which I am going to show you in some time. We are going to create a new trigger that, whenever a new record gets created, we will put a new record in HL7 events table. Now Myth Connect will pick up from this HL7 events table and it will create in the destination, in channel 1 destination. It will create the file. Within the source itself, we will convert whatever is the data that is there in the database into an HL7 message. So the specification document also is similar to that. Now what I have gone ahead and done is that I have put so total. There are 31 fields. That's what we are going to take. Now, this is just an example value that I had in my instance. So I am going to use that as an example to which particular HL7 field it is supposed to be mapped. Which HL7 field, what is the field name and, within that field, which component? Sometimes it will be directly in the field itself, but we all know that even if it is just mentioned in the field, we always have to give it in the first component. Now using this information, what are the? Let me remove this I have. I did not want to put this. We are not going to use the OBS segment. So data exists in MSH, EVN, PR, D, PV1 and NK1 segment. NK1 is optional segment. I have taken this various fields. Now, this is from the patient data mapping perspective. But finally, what are we going to create? We are going to create an MSH. We are going to create an HL7 message. So from the HL7 message perspective for each and every, I'm sorry, let me just create one row over here. Somehow it is not interesting. Segment by segment. So this is MSH segment. Ideally, I would have wanted you to do all of this work, but since we did not get access to digital version in the beginning, we are doing everything quickly. Only in the last session. So in MSH field separator and encoding character is standard. So sending application is going to be read. This is I have hard-coded to hospital. You can hard-code it to your Fortis hospital or whatever hospital name that you will say. And let us say this is receiving, application is lab. And again the hospital. It is hard-coded to current hospital date and time is going to be current date and time, so on and so forth. And within PID main thing is that we are going to use we are going to send the patient identifier, the medical record number which we are going to get from a field called as PUPID. And then, in file, we are going to send the various parts of the patient name. In PID 6, we are going to send mother's name. In 7, we are going to have the date of birth, administrative sex or what is gender. And over here we will have to transform. And then we have a patient address. All the various components of patient address we are going to send. In PID 13, we are going to send first instance. We are going to send a mobile number. So we are going to use the phone cell. So when you enter data, please ensure that the cell number or the mobile number is entered. And we are going to say, in the second instance, we are going to send the home number. And in the third instance, we are going to send the email ID. And in PID 16, we are going to send something called as marital status. This is how it is actually stored. These are the possible values: married, single, divorced, widowed, separated domestic partner. And this PO, whatever is there over here, is as per the standard. So we are going to convert that. PID 19. We are going to store the patient SSN, but this is pending. So it is for you to do it. And next of kin, we are going to send all the guardian information. Guardian information. Of course, we did not enter. But when you enter it, ensure that phone number, administrative sex is entered. So that data will come up, will appear within the HL7 file. So here what we need to do. First is we need to create this HL7 events table. This HL7 events table does not exist. It is a brand new table. What we are going to create. And the next step is that whenever new data comes recorded in patient data table, a new data should come and sit in HL7 events table. So for this what we are going to do. Here, before we write any code, let us go and see select star from patient_data. Select this, and this is what we use to execute the query. You can see the data. Whatever you have entered is coming here. And does not this look like a CSV file now? Yes. But the only difference is that we cannot access this. We do not know which road to access. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a. We are going to create something called as an HL7 events table. So this is how the overall HL7 events table looks like.